Hey, everybody, and welcome back. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're carrying a weight that no one else can see? You show up, you smile, you handle your responsibilities, but inside, something feels off. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Today, we're talking about hidden depression, and it's also known as high functioning depression. It's actually something that I struggle with. And I think it'll be really neat and cool to see how we can deal with high functioning depression today. Maybe you've dismissed high functioning depression as stress of thought or I just need to push through. But what if there's another way? Today, we'll explore seven subtle but serious signs that your mind and your body might be telling you something and what you can do to start feeling better. Let's dive in. Many people think depression means staying in bed all day or crying all the time or not wanting to do anything. But what if I told you that depression can also look like checking off every box on your to do list or keeping a smile on your face and still feeling inside empty? Now, while high functioning depression isn't a clinical term, the experience is very real. It often aligns with something called persistent depressive disorder. Maybe you've heard of that, or the technical term for it is dysthymia. And this is a chronic lower level expression that actually can last for years over time. If you've ever thought, like, I should be fine, or I'm handling everything, or this is not too much for me, but deep down you feel drained, unmotivated, or disconnected from life, this might be something worth exploring. Let's talk about some key signs that might show up in ways that you don't expect them to show up when dealing with high functioning depression. As you listen, I want you to check in with yourself. Do any of these things feel familiar? Social withdrawal is one of them. Have you found yourself canceling plans more often, not because you don't care, but because the thought of socializing feels exhausting? It's important to remember that social withdrawal is not about disliking people. It's about feeling exhausted. It's about feeling drained. But isolation can make things worse over time. Increased irritability is another thing that you might be dealing with high functioning depression. Have little things been bothering you more than usual lately? Maybe you've noticed yourself snapping at people you love, even when you don't mean to snap at them. Irritability also is actually a very common but overlooked symptom of depression, especially in men. Another sign to look out for is persistent fatigue. This means no matter how much sleep you get, do you still feel exhausted? Is that you? It's not just about being tired. It's actually a deep mental and emotional exhaustion that makes even small tasks feel overwhelming. Another sign that you might be dealing with high functioning depression is difficulty concentrating. Have you ever found yourself reading the same sentence over and over again or struggling just to complete small, simple tasks? This isn't laziness. Your brain is working through something that's deeper than what you actually see. Another sign is unhealthy coping mechanisms. Do you find yourself zoning out in front of the TV all the time, just watching and watching hours upon hours, or scrolling endlessly on your phone through all of your social media apps, or using food or alcohol to numb stress? Sometimes our mind seeks quick relief, but these habits can keep us stuck just in a never-ending cycle. Another sign is constant worry or negative thinking. Do you find yourself replaying past mistakes or past traumas or feeling like you're never doing enough or that you never were enough? This kind of rumination has been linked to higher rates of depression, but there's always ways to break free from it. And another one, the seventh sign that you might be dealing with high functioning depression is loss of interest. You just don't feel like doing the things that you used to do, the things you used to love. Have you noticed that things that used to excite you, now they just feel like a chore and just a big dundrum. This is one of the biggest red flags that something deeper might be going on. As you heard these, did any of them resonate with you deeply? If so, that's okay. One of the biggest things about HFD is awareness, and it's the first step toward change. You might be thinking, okay, maybe this sounds familiar, but what do I do about it? First, I think you need to know this, and that is you are not broken. You are not alone. There are so many people who experience high functioning depression without realizing it. And I experienced it for many years and I didn't even know that that's what was going on. And the good news is that there are ways to heal. Studies show that when we ignore symptoms of depression, they don't just go away. They often intensify over time. So you've got to keep a really close watch over them. But acknowledging them, that's a powerful step toward change. And so, just watching this video, just understanding that high functioning depression might be something you deal with is a huge step in the right direction. If you've recognized yourself in these signs, here's a couple of ways to start feeling better on your own terms. The first way is obviously therapy. Sometimes talking with somebody who understands in a professional way can make all the difference. Therapy like cognitive based therapy, CBT, can help reframe negative thought patterns. Medication is another way. For some, antidepressants can be a helpful tool. It's not about fixing you. It's about giving you the support that you need as you deal with this situation. Lifestyle changes is probably the most basic and practical way that you can help regular exercise, nutrition, and sleep. They aren't just nice to haves. They're actually game changers when it comes to dealing with your mental health. And there's support systems, which is also another excellent opportunity to be able to heal from some of these things. Who's in your corner? Who is part of your support network? Even one trusted person can make all the difference in the world when it comes to your healing process. And then mindfulness and stress reduction are also key elements of dealing with high functioning depression. Practices like deep breathing and gratitude journaling, those might sound simple, but they have real research backed benefits. If any of these signs resonated with you, I want you to remember that awareness is power. You don't have to start to wait until things get worse before you start. You have to now prioritize your well being because nobody's going to care more about that than you. It's about progress, not perfection. And if you're ready to take the next step, start by taking the courage to reach out to someone, find a friend or a therapist or a trusted loved one, or even just journaling your thoughts are often helpful things. Small steps lead to big changes. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this video helped you, let me know by hitting the like button. Helps more people find this message. And if you've ever dealt with hidden depression, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing that has helped you as you've dealt with this mental health issue and concern? If you really, really want to share with other people, please drop it in a comment below. And don't forget to join us for our journey for more mental health insights. And until next time, take care of yourself. And remember, you were created to live royally and live well. I'll see you next time.